Tranzeet Sports TV back again at the Villa Park, Villa 2, Arsenal 1. It's one of those days. This is was a very, very important game for Arsenal. In fact, for the league, for everybody in the top 5 of this EPL today, because Arsenal was going to open up the 9 points gap against Aston Villa if they win or maintain the 6 points. The Villa are going to close it down if they win to 3 points. Of course, Manchester City, they rubbing their hands now, hoping to get past Sunderland to close that gap with Arsenal to 2 points. Then Chelsea, of course, will be hoping to win their game as well to close the gap. So it was always going to be an interesting game, early morning game in London, or early afternoon game. And you know that if you play against Emery's teams, there is always going to be a tactical battle. And we saw it today. This game was very, very tactical. There were so many games inside one match. And we're going to try to make sense of it. And a few things we learn from this one. For the first time in this season, the signs were there that Arsenal were there for the taking. If you understand what I mean. They started in a very, very big shape. The vibrance, the athleticism was not there. And Villa did something tactical going into this game. They let Arsenal have the wings and backed the midfield. And it was difficult for Arsenal to play through that midfield in the first maybe 15 minutes of that game. Villa always had the upper hand. Obviously, they went ahead to get their goal. And Arsenal had no choice than to open up. Arteta again adjusted a few things and pushed his team forward, and they got their equalizer. But I'm going to talk about there's something that Unai did today, or the Aston Villa players did today that I have not seen any team do against Arsenal, which is being brave enough to play so many line-breaking passes, and Arsenal were left stranded. And you know, with Saliba and Gabriel, the defense that really had that confidence to close the gap, to stay up high. So there was always going to be, Aston Villa kept picking up passes behind the direct and Zubimendi. And of course, you know, the guy just came back. Saka didn't look himself today, especially at the beginning of this game. So physically, they were always 1 foot behind, and Villa capitalized on that. But somehow, with the Raya being sharp, and I would say Timber as well being allowed, they didn't really let Villa capitalize on that throughout the game. And second half, he turned around. Arteta made his changes, and Joseph came in within a few minutes, got the equalizer, and it was game on from there. And you would have seen this would have been okay if you can't win it, don't lose it. And Arsenal did a very good job of keeping Villa at bay. But there was one thing that Villa was always doing, and it was the reason why they got this win today, which was once they get inside the box, they were not taking time to take a shot. Either he goes one, goes on target, Raya makes a save, or somebody blocks it. And they kept doing that and doing that, kept putting the balls early in the box. That worried Arsenal a lot because that defense line, of course, they don't have that position that you have when the Gabriel and Saliba are playing. So Villa capitalized on that and kept trying to put those balls behind the defense, behind the midfield. And that's how they got the goal. The last minute of the game was a scramble. You know they are tireless out there. These players, they have exhausted themselves, played so many big games the last 1 week and a half. So Villa had the momentum, the impetus, and also had the legs, more of the legs during this last minute. It looked like the Arsenal team, this is what we've not seen from them many times. They looked like they gave what they felt the game was over. Or I mean, until you hear the whistle they say, the game is still on. And somehow, Rendia, who has also scored so many important goals for Villa this season, especially at the Villa Park, was the last man to get a kick from that scramble in front of Arsenal goal. And they ended at the Villa Park, Villa 2, Arsenal 1. So credit to Unai Emery. He's a very tactical coach. The only question I have about him is I don't think he's a coach that can win you the league. He doesn't go or the Hall. Right now they're in the title charge. He has been there so many seasons, and his teams always manage to follow. So credit to him today. He won. For me, I would say that he won a tactical battle against Arteta today, not because of the he got the win, but if you watch that game, it's Aston Villa had more chances, created more dangerous situations than Arsenal. Arsenal are just hanging in there, trying to probably, if we don't win, let's not lose it. And that mentality is very, very wrong in EPL, because always the last minutes of games, teams are going to come at you in EPL, and that's what we saw today. Aston Villa pushed. If you ask me, marginally, they just earned it and deserved it. It wasn't a good day for Arsenal at all. There are so many performers out there. Bukayo Saka maybe had a good 15-20 minutes, and that was it. I don't think this was one of the best games for Peter Rice as well, though he was one of the maybe most influential for Arsenal, but still not equal close to his standards. Around the pitch, I think most of Arsenal players today struggled. The only person that you can say earned his money today fully was David Raya and maybe Julian Timber. Aside that, the rest of the players, Odegaard had flashes as well, but he wasn't one of his best games. Trossard came in and did what Trossard does. Bucharest was anonymous as well today. Mikel Merino had a poor game, very, very poor game by his standards as well. So yeah, the team in the groups, and the good thing that the next game is going to be against Wolves. Wolves will have just 2 points in the league this season. So if Arsenal are serious, they will bounce back next week. So just now relax and see what City and Sunderland does, and obviously Chelsea is playing as well. So Villa Park, Aston Villa 2, Arsenal 1. So let me know what you think in the comment section. What do you think is the reason why Arsenal lost today? Do you think the Arsenal has the injuries are catching up with Arsenal now, or was it just one of those days? Obviously, they're going to win all the games in EPL. So let me know what you think in the comment section about this game today, and I will see you again next time. Ciao.